Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, it's one of those dull, overcast days we've had rain again, and it's quite cool, but a pleasant cool. So that's the weather report. I'm Ros Boundy, psychic medium, and bringing you the daily Lenormand card spread reading. Let's go across to the cards and tune into your psychic senses, your gut feeling, intuition, and certainly ask your spirit guides to come along. And here we go. Does seem to be a bit of darkness there because it's not very bright outside. Gilda Brevary Lenormand by Ciro Marchetti, expanded edition. Gorgeous deck of cards. We have the moon in the home space. We've got the ship in the theme of the overall. I said that the wrong way round. This is the central card that is the overall theme for the day. So we've got the ship there. And it is the compass in the workspace. Our card has a lot of words on it that I can't read from this distance. So here we go. It is the wise old owl sat on an oak. The more he saw, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Why aren't we like that wise old bird? It's basically about listening. So that's the owl's wisdom for today, is listening. Oops, I'll put that there. And let's zoom into the cards. The three that we are concerned with. Okay, there we go. And hopefully those on Instagram can see these as we are reading them, because I'll try to do the shift over to each card as we go. I always read the central theme of the day. It's the ship. In context of sitting and listening, I think what we're looking at here, this is an airborne ship. It's one that's flying in the sky. So whether it's something that you're going to be just flying around rather freely with how you are able to tap into the senses and the influences that are around you, so that you can be very flexible of where you are through your day with your consciousness, as far as being able to sit on the log without saying anything and just observe and listen. I think this is giving us all aspects and perspectives that we have as our potential through our day to really take note of what is happening around us, and absorbing that in a wise way so that we get the fuller understanding before we need to be doing anything about correcting our course or changing direction. But we'll look at that one in a minute. So with that, we do have control of our ship, and it is going to be able to allow us to move anywhere, as much as the direction of the wind as well, because sailing ships can't go straight into the wind. The sails just flap and hold steady. That's it. You don't get movement that way. But once you are able to steer your direction from taking note of what the conditions are around you, then you'll be able to plot your course and be able to move forward. Whether that's going to be in relaxing through the day, and I think the direction from the owls as far as sitting on a log, it gives that sense of peace and calm to lower those levels of anxiety and really just to observe, to see what is around you, to take in what are the possibilities. Okay, so that, I think, is where the the ship is coming into our day today, as that main theme. And good evening, Kenneth. Lovely to see you. You're the first one off the ranks this morning. I am a bit earlier because I've got a volunteer working day today, and tomorrow I need to start these earlier for these 2 days. So lovely to see you here. I hope what the cards bring to you is meaningful. So now, going to move the center of focus over to the moon card for those on Instagram. Now, the moon in the home space. A lot of things do tend to come round in cycles, especially this time of year. We are going through a yearly cycle, of course, all the time, and the monthly cycle, of course, all the time. Ask any woman. the mechanisms and the ways that the other influences are that are around us, it brings in that are the planetary systems of the other planets. It's not just the moon in isolation. Certainly we are coming round to another cycle because that's the part of the physical nature of the world. What is it that you're coming around to in your home life? Is there someone who's got a birthday? Is there something that you do very consistently at this time of year that's going to bring in for you that regularity, that's going to be the sense of security in that cycle as well? I am feeling the sense of security around what we're going to experience today in our home space. And yes, Kenneth, you are from Ontario, Canada. I did remember that. That's why I said it's the evening for you of December 2nd. So it is still your Sunday. We here are on our Monday. Monday 4:15 p.m. Oh, what are we? Oh, sorry, Tuesday here. Tuesday here, Monday here at your place. Yes, you are saying that. I was sort of thinking, no, it's only Sunday. Isn't it so easy to lose track of time? And this is where we're getting caught up again in that process of our cycles of time. We as humans keep track of time. The animal world, well, as far as we know, don't keep track of time per se. They are very much in tune with the cycles of the season because that's how they, in our observance of them, that's how we perceive that they are in tune with what is happening in those cycles because we see it in the physical nature of the world, the environment that they're in. The scientists, the way that they study them. I'm feeling that this really is that sense of possibilities. It's the nurturing light of the moon as well. So it has that more feminine touch is the other symbolic connection with the moon. That it is that is a reflection. Excuse me. I seem to keep getting the froggy throat. Take note of those feelings that you have that are surfacing and bringing to you that need of caring for others, being able to nurture your family, bringing whatever it is that's needed to the table as far as whether it's food or whether it's ideas for, holidays, whether it's different ways of managing what you're needing to do in your logistics as far as how your calendars are connecting together, because sometimes it really does need a lot of planning, but it does tend to come in cycles. So you might have some of those things that you automatically do, like getting our breakfasts, the process that you have for your daily start for your day, for what you do in your the morning to lunch to evening, all of those types of things. Just have a recognition for the type of cycles that you are within. And if you feel that something isn't what you're wanting it to be, retraining a different cycle that you want it to take up, breaking through from what is bad habits, for instance. Because they can definitely be cycles that you don't really wish to continue. So, and I've just been listening to a very interesting it's not a podcast, it's an audio book about dieting and our psychology around all of that. Very interesting. We do need to break cycles sometimes. This is indicating for me, though, that there is that nurturing, look after yourself. Take your time, be gentle as you are analysing. Sit on that log and look at whatever it is that is happening around you. That sounded a bit weird, but you know what I mean. So really take note and get to know your inner self and your body by that self-observation and observing others as well, so that you can understand more intricately what that interconnection is and whether there are old cycles happening because of that. Okay, now I'm going to go across to the compass now, and we see the little owl on the log there still. I'll just check the comments. Good morning, Lynette. Lovely to see you. Good morning. Great to catch you today. Yeah, probably because I am a bit earlier. And we have got Angela here from Instagram. Oh, Angelina, sorry. And that I could have pronounced that wrong. Apologies there. And a lovely hello again. So I was able to put the comment on. Sometimes the Instagram comments come through where I can put them on the screen or not. It's the vagaries of what is the technology. So thank you for your presence, being here. Now, oh, excuse me. And we've also got a hello from Kenneth. Hello from Kenneth. Hi, Kenneth. Lovely to have you here as well. Now, with the compass, it's one of those things in my youth. I did always want to go orienteering. It's something that actually didn't happen. I've loved playing with gadgets. A compass to me at that time was gadgetry, and it just intrigued me. And this was before the days of doing where GPS came in and the computing as it is now. It's probably almost defunct. I don't know. Or there could still be some orienteering clubs close by. I haven't investigated that because overall I ran out of time. Sometimes we do get we run out of time to really spend on that consideration of what direction we're going. We're too busy doing other things that we can lose our sense of what are we doing? What am I up to? Where am I in the place and realm of things? Here we've got our suggesting sit on the log, be silent and observe. And I think it probably is with this in the workspace that we are going to be needing to really study our map, study the course we are taking. And I'm just going to pop up Fiona's. Hi Fiona, it's lovely to see you. You've done the numbers first. Did I miss an initial comment from you first? I don't think so. Oh yes, I did. There you go. Good morning, Rosgirly, and all around the globe. Oh, thank you for that. That was just after Kenneth's first comments. My apologies that I missed it, because you certainly were there in the early stages. There you go. And here again, the numbers. We've got a 5-day with the Owl Wisdom. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So as we are here with the compass, you may or may not know that with maps, that when you begin to study, the topography and the courses and where you can and can't go, and especially with sailing, with doing those types of maps, the nautical ones, that you've got areas that you certainly can't go because of the way there might be reefs and other things physically in the way. The depths might be too I don't know that you'd say they'd be too deep, but they might be too shallow, that you'd become grounded and that sort of thing. So you definitely need to plot your course accordingly. And the way they do it is to have waypoints, is the name for it, on the nautical maps that I learned. Because I did do that as a learning, not the orienteering that I originally wanted to do, but I certainly did a little bit of study around plotting courses and stuff with maps of the sailing kind. Only dinghies, that's all I was doing, but it was still a really interesting study. Partly because it's learning how, when you get to one of those waypoints, you then redirect. You find that the direction that's stated on the map, to turn your compass to that degrees, and then you are sailing to that direction. So it's at each waypoint that we would recalibrate and move ahead again from that point. So as you're moving through your day with your work today, take note of when it feels like you have reached that waypoint. and take a breath, sit on the log, see what the environment is around you, and then change direction and move forward to what you may have plotted with your map. Okay, what you've got planned for your next step in your work. That's all it's about, pretty much. It's knowing what your direction, your destination is. What is your goal? So have that fairly clear in your mind and on paper even, because that helps to solidify and really nail it into the brain almost, so that you have got it as that I know what I'm doing. It's clarity. Plot it. Have those steps placed on your map, that inner map for your business sense if you're running your business yourself, or have that plotted as those steps in a program, a system, whatever it needs to be if you're one of the team who is supporting the business as a worker. And that's where, as a past employer, I've never liked to be in that mindset of calling the employees the workers. Always it was part of a team, and it would be built and run that way. So take those steps. That's what this is about. Okay, so I'm going to zoom it back down and we'll recenter just on those three. It should hopefully be there for all, including the Instagram people. So those lovely emojis. Thank you so much, Fiona. And Shannon, how do you motivate yourself to push past those hard spots you can't sail past? Determination. Look, there's many ways of doing that. It is hard work sometimes, and that's just an acknowledgement. Life isn't always easy and easy sailing. What we're needing to be doing is continually consulting with our map, and if it needs that tweak of direction, that's what we need to do. The example of sailing, of course, is a little limiting because you don't have the same, there's not always the same flexibility in being able to shift rocks if it's a pathway that you've got blocked. But really in business, it's taking that time, sitting and seeing what your environment is and what is happening in more detail. It might need to be that you're going to sit, listen, see what people are saying, then start to investigate, then start to consult and work out ways that you can get around whatever is that block and the hard spot. Nothing is insurmountable, but it certainly can be very hard work. So with that, thank you so much for joining in. And hi, Shannon. It's a very good question. Thank you very much. So I think it really is that level of trusting self and what you have as your skills and understandings within life, within your workspace. It does marry together to a degree because we wouldn't be human if it didn't. Our home space and how we live does influence our workspace and how we interact and work with other people. Try to make it as open to understanding and flexibility as much as you can, to be like the owl suggesting, and sitting on the log those moments that you need to take the time and space to listen, see, observe, even taste, touch, whatever it needs to be that helps you to understand more of what is happening, and move forward with that as part of your plan on your map, on your inner map, on what you can progress forward and maybe sometimes change direction. Absolutely. So, thank you for those beautiful hearts, and I thank you. Thank you very much, Shannon. So I'll leave it there because it is now gone past 8 and I do need to be heading off to my work. Thank you so much for joining me. Blessings to you, and I hope you have the absolute best day. Keep being the best you in who you are. And I'll see you tomorrow around the same time. And namaste. Until then, bye.